Hey guys, welcome back to JD Mods. The last RX-7 video you guys saw was finishing off the windshield installation, and from the start to end of that video there was quite a big period of time, and as you saw in that video, a lot of stuff has been done to the RX-7. We were quite busy, had some house projects, and I kind of just wanted to get the painting and body part done. I did film a lot of it, but not all of it. So I'm hoping in this video I can just catch you guys up to speed on what I've done with the RX-7 and what we still have to do and what I'm going to be filming and showing you guys. What you can see is the entire body has been painted. I haven't done any sanding and polishing yet. The paint job turned out pretty good. A little bit of orange peel on some of the parts and a little run on the corridor. I might do a video on like how to get runs out of single stage paint. It's going to be a bit of a learning experience for myself as well, but should be a really good skill to have when we're painting so many cars in our own garage. So once I painted the whole car, I installed these headlight covers. These are obviously aftermarket headlight covers with an air intake. It's a bit of a losing battle here because we have aftermarket covers, aftermarket bumper, and RX-7s are notoriously bad for fitment. So they're not perfect, but they're pretty close. Fitment wise, I might tweak them a little more, but there's a lot more to do before that. The other front end items I've done are installed these, I believe they're aftermarket 99 spec front signal lights, and obviously my aftermarket front bumper. I trimmed before painting, I trimmed the front bumper to fit a front mount intercooler. Usually RX-7s have a V-mount intercooler or like a rear mounted or like a top mount intercooler. So I really like the look of a front mount. Some other people do it on FD, so I really wanted a front mount, so now I have one. All the accessories are installed on the outside of the car, like the wiper arms. We've got all the window moldings installed. I touched up everything that was kind of corroded, like the handles with black paint, just to freshen it all up. And let me show you guys inside the car. So this car has been sitting for, I believe, about 8 years. The interior was really disgusting. So this has actually come a long way. I still have to finish reupholstering the steering wheel and the front seats. Let me pop the hatch and show you guys back there as well. So when I bought the car, it was missing a bunch of these trim panels. So I had to buy those. They were really faded, so I did a bunch of refinishing on all the panels back here, including the taillight covers. I repainted those just to freshen it all up. I really like the look of the red seat cover going into the black trunk. And then one kind of interesting thing I did back here was my car was missing the stock, let me get the carpet up here. It was missing the stock spare tire cover, and although I don't have a spare tire cover, I didn't just want a big like hole in my trunk. So the stock ones are actually quite expensive, so I ended up just cutting out a piece of aluminum and then using like window edging so it's not going to vibrate around, and using a little jack screw in the middle where the spare tire goes. I know it sounds a little rattly because I'm punching it, but once the carpet goes in, it's just a really solid floor. I can always do a DIY on that later if there's people that want to see something like that. So we are at my favorite part of the car, the rear end of the RX-7. Few little stories here that I didn't film because they weren't super exciting, but more information than you'd think at first glance. When I bought the car, it came with taillights, but they were both chipped. So I bought a new set from Japan, thinking I could just like swap them in. Turned out they were damaged as well. So I had to take the best and worst pieces from 3 different sets of taillights to finally get a set I was happy with. I had to remove the lens and put it on the housing of others, so they should all be sealed now. I gave them a quick polish, but I might do a separate video of just polishing them up really nice to like a mirror finish. They still have minor hairline scratches, but I really like the way the stock Zenki first generation FD taillights look on the yellow, especially because they're kind of like tinted from factory. I've always been a fan of the blocky style lights on the FDs. The round ones are more expensive, the 99 spec, but I'm a fan of these, so these are staying. Back here, we also have just some repainted brackets, some clear coated reverse lights, just so everything looks really fresh. And just because I was dying to see it, I mounted, even though we don't have an exhaust, I mounted the muffler section. This exhaust is a Kakimoto Racing, and I really like it because of the rolled tip it has. I think that's a really unique shape, and it has this nice slight upward angle, and it sticks out just enough so I probably won't damage my paint. So that's the back end of the FD, pretty much done. So that's pretty much the entire exterior and interior of the car at this point. So I'll show you under the hood. So, a couple things under here. I've repainted a bunch of brackets before they got installed, such as the brake booster, all the relay brackets. I tried to paint them just to freshen it up. Aside from that, I'm keeping this one fairly stripped out in the engine bay. It's like factory, but I'm removing everything that doesn't need to be there. Just to make it easier to work on and look just a little nicer. I'm not doing a full tucked bay clearly, but hopefully as I do more videos on the engine and engine installation, my vision becomes more clear. You can see I have a aluminum rad in there. I just got that from Australia. It's going to require a little bit of modification on the tabs to fit, and a little bit of work with the intercooler piping on a front mount with a stock slanted rad. So we'll deal with that when we get there. But aside from that, the engine bay is pretty much assembled, ready for an engine. I'm not doing ABS or air conditioning, so that'll clean up a lot of space in the engine bay, or power steering actually. I'm going to convert this to manual steering, which I can also make a video on explaining what I've read about that. But without going into too much detail, that is the condition of the chassis. And before we end this video, I just want to go on to show you guys the engine situation and then what we're working on next. So this car did not come with a 13B. I had to sell the LS subframe and mounts and stuff, and then I gave some guy some cash on top for his unknown condition 13B, which is risky, and in my case was a risk because it did end up having some damage. So basically, long story short, I took it all apart and found out that my rear rotor and housing, I think, had a apex seal explode. There was quite a bit of damage on both parts, so that is now a display piece. I'm going to paint it all up and look nice, but I don't mind it just like that for now. So then I had to do some shopping around for a replacement rotor and housing. The housing is actually sent out right now to REC in Alberta, Canada, and they're getting refinished, and I'll have a perfect set of housings. In terms of the irons, same story. They were damaged, and the nitride surface wasn't too bad, but I had a few coolant seals break through. I did some research of my own and watched some YouTube videos, and there was a little bit of mixed reviews, but I did decide to go the repair route as this is a bit of a budget rebuild. There was a break here. I had my friend at White Pine Welding do a repair with his TIG welder and nickel filler, and another little spot on this rotor. They are discolored because of the heat, but I'm going to be machining it down just on that surface and retaining the stock nitrite coating. If nothing else, it'll be a learning experience. If I do end up having low compression, of course, maybe next winter I have to take it apart and get the surfaces reground and replated. But for now, I'm just kind of keeping it cheap and getting on the road. I have so many other cars that if something did happen and it wasn't making good compression, or if it failed, wouldn't be the end of the world. I kind of want to just do this as an experiment to get back into the Rotary. With my last Rotary engine, I got really lucky with a good condition one, didn't have to do much to it. This one, I'm replacing parts from different engines, doing machining work, going to do a lot more customization, which you'll see in the build videos. And I'm excited to kind of learn, even if the learning process is a little bit painful. Over here you can see my original good condition rotor, and then one I bought that's been sitting for a while. It does have a lot of surface rust and doesn't look great now. I'm going to do a video of cleaning that up. Of course, I'm putting in new bearings, but I'm also going to have to remove every speck of surface rust to make sure the seals slide well in the grooves. Well, that pretty much summarizes everything I've done to the chassis and the current status of the motor rebuild. Now that everything is getting cold outside, the MR2 is in storage, all the house projects are wrapped up, it's finally time for this winter for me to finish this project, so it's going to be on the road spring 2024. So upcoming videos, like I said, the chassis is pretty much wrapped up for now. The only videos we have here, I'm going to be upholstering the steering wheel, I'm going to be upholstering the front seats, and giving you guys a review on the kit that I bought. And I'm going to be doing custom brake lines for my ABS Delete. They're braided stainless steel. I will make a video on that as well. And then just a few other little things. Then of course the big one's the engine. I have to do a rebuild on the engine to kind of factory. And then from there I'm going to be deleting some stuff, doing a non-sequential turbo setup, and a few other things that I kind of haven't really decided on yet. Of course, then we'll be installing it, first start. And yeah, hopefully you guys are excited to come along this journey with me. I loved building my last RX-7. I filmed some stuff and missed some other items, so I'm hoping to kind of fill those gaps this time around. But let me know what you guys want to see, if there's anything specific based on what you saw today or something I'll be doing in the future. I'm not sure what to make videos on or what you guys prefer to see. So let me know what you want to see on the channel. And yeah, I hope you're excited for this project as much as I am. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.